Okay, everyone, we are back with the We're Only Human, episode 6. Last time on We're Only Human, we covered the genre or series, whatever you want to call mini-series, family. The good, the bad memories. We went through part 3? Yeah, part 3. Part 2? Part 3? I don't know, something like that. We covered the topic of fathers, and if you refer to episode 3 of We're Only Human, hey SPP, how you doing? If you refer to episode 3, Alex was unavailable due to working during that time, having a busy schedule. Hello, Riley. And because of that, I decided to do my own little video and focus on my story with Twitch and Discord, because I figured that's one of the main cores for the stream, for the podcast anyway. When I started up, so I figured, why not actually focus on the subject at hand and give it an episode. So yes, as you can tell, we will not be joined by our co-host Alex the Sigil. She is currently sick, and her voice is basically turned to shit. As far as I'm aware, she's not able to talk right now, and her voice is completely gone. Obviously not completely gone, as in like for the rest of her life, obviously. Most likely gone for today, maybe tomorrow, and she'll probably be back. Her voice probably be back to normal within like 2 days at the most, at least I would say, depending on what type of sickness she has. So keep her in your thoughts. Good health. So the last time I talked about my experience in Twitch and Discord, hey Lobster. The last time I talked about that experience, I remember I talked about me reaching the point to having the custom built PC, the streams, basically the whole streaming PC, everything like that, a good server for streaming, as well as content, or as well as good Clone Wars content. Not that many, in my opinion. Sorry if I'm a little rambly today. Honestly, I didn't get much sleep today. I'm not gonna tell you how much sleep I got, because honestly, you guys probably shouldn't even know. It's probably not even healthy to know. So I remember. I remember around the time. I believe this was around the time Capital Supremacy first came out. This was around the time Capital Supremacy first came out. I remember we were in the Battlefront server, and actually no, let me cut back a bit. I'm gonna cut back a bit. So I remember when I first played Battlefront 2. Hang on a second. Dropping some frames here on my preview. Hold on a second. This is annoying. Hello, camera. Okay, let me deactivate the camera and turn it back on. See if it's something. Deactivate. Okay, cool. Pretty good. Okay, so yeah. I remember when I first played Battlefront 2, I didn't have the means to be able to afford PlayStation Plus, being able to play online. So I would mostly play the campaign. I would play the campaign a bunch, mostly on max difficulty, just because I wanted to feel like hot shit. And I would also play the battle scenarios. I remember for the longest time, I kept trying to get through the battle scenarios, and for the love of God, I could not get through most of them until I found some YouTube tutorials. And if I remember correctly, a viewer of mine during those streams, they actually donated for my first month of PS Plus, and God bless that person. I don't remember the username to this day. I kind of feel bad about it, but at the same time, I don't remember who they are. And I remember this one time I hopped into Galactic Assault for the first time, and I was so fucking hyped because I saw so many people with me. There were so many people with me. I saw that these were actual people, and I absolutely loved Galactic Assault because it was just so chaotic, so disorganized. Honestly, I love disorganization because of how chaotic it is and how fun of an experience it can be because of how unpredictable it is. And I remember earlier, I had a bunch of questions about Battlefront 2, so I decided to look up and see where I can talk about it. And then eventually that led me to the Star Wars Battlefront Discord server. That's where I met all my friends that I have now, and that's what led the server into becoming a Clone Wars oriented server with Battlefront 2 as a foundation, to say. And so yeah, I'm gonna cut back to what I was saying earlier. This is when Capital Supremacy was first coming out. There was this one guy on the server named SavDog23. I love that guy. I miss that guy. I don't ever see him anymore. I wonder what happened to him. He hosted an event in the Battlefront server to have as many people playing together when the new game mode came out. The new game mode being Capital Supremacy. And I remember when we played that match, I absolutely loved everything about it. It was absolutely amazing because we would basically win every single match that we had because we were absolutely full. We had a fully stacked lobby of 20 people on our side, including me. So we would just steamroll through every single Capital Supremacy match, and it was some of the most fun I've ever had playing that game. And then eventually I became a little obsessed with the server. I would absolutely love to talk to people there. I love to talk about Star Wars, Battlefront, and everything like that. And I noticed that they have a mod team. And then I had a really good time with it. And I can't remember when exactly, but eventually they announced that they were having mod applications. And if you remember my previous episode, hang on a second. Okay, cool, that's good. But yeah, if you remember from the previous episode that I mentioned, god damn it, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, okay, I remember. If you remember my previous episode that I mentioned, hey, Duder, I moderated for about 9 Twitch channels at the moment. I want to say 9. So that's what I put into my Discord moderator application when I was submitting my application for the Star Wars Battlefront server. And at the same time, I'm thinking, I'm just me. I doubt I'm ever gonna get anything in. I doubt I'm ever gonna get a response because I'm sure there's much more qualified people than I am. And then eventually, Scorch reached out to me, the head of the server, and he asked me if I was still interested in the position, and I said absolutely, I'd love to. I'm gonna get to that, Duder. And so yeah, I was a moderator for the Battlefront server and Discord, and it was a lot of fun at some points. Of course, it's interesting because things for me, I don't want to say I was used to having that power in a way, and I guess you could say it kind of went to my head just a little bit. I kept thinking I was hot shit. Look at me, I'm a Discord moderator for a fucking subreddit. Look at me, little goddamn little neckbeard with a little bit of power for once in his life. But yeah, I remember I racked up so many mutes and bans from that server to where I absolutely blasted past the most active moderator in that server, Coda. Yeah, Coda's an awesome person. I don't know. I remember the Coda used to stream on Twitch. If they ever do again, I'll definitely give him a little shout out or something like that. Funny thing, actually, I believe Coda, back when the username was Bears, I was first muted by them a while ago. Good memories. And then I remember this one other time I pinged total FPS. I pinged total FPS, the guy who was basically kind of like one of the community leads. He wasn't the community manager. Ben Walker was the community manager at the time. But I remember I pinged him saying, you deserve a raise. And when I pinged him saying you should get a raise, I got muted because I pinged them. I pinged the developer, of course. Why wouldn't I get muted for that? I pinged the fucking developer saying, hey, you should get a raise. Oh shit, fallacy with host. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. God bless. Hope you had a good stream. And yeah, so after I pinged the total FPS, I was muted for 12 hours, I think, for pinging developer. And then after that, hey Pizza, how you doing, buddy? And then after that, Total FPS actually pinged me back saying, I witnessed your injustice. You shouldn't have gotten muted. Like, of course I should have gotten muted. I pinged the developer for a stupid fucking thing. But at the same time, it's funny to think that he considered my view to be unjust. But at the same time, he wasn't a moderator for the Battlefront server. He was just a developer. You know, he was an EA representative. So yeah, I remember. It's interesting being a Discord moderator because at the same time, you always develop that sort of like stigma, or at least that sort of representation you can give off to certain people. Because at the same time, he's just some fucking neckbeater who's going to tell people not to post memes in general and stuff like that. But at the same time, it was weird because some people just wanted to stir up some shit, and every now and then there was like some racist trolls and everything like that, and you'd be responsible for that. And it was interesting. It was an interesting position for me to be in because I was basically in charge of. I was the first mod to ever beat you, Duder. I forget that part. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, it was interesting because I was in charge of a very large community in a way, and I didn't take shit from anyone because things like I would tell people, hey, just get on topic. I'm not gonna say, hey, can you please get on topic? No, I'm just gonna say, hey, get on topic. If you're not gonna get on topic, you're gonna get muted for it. And yeah, I got to the point to where I was by far their most active mod with, I guess you could say, the highest quote quote hit list. I know it sounds cringy because Discord moderator shit, but yeah, that's how it was. And if I'm trying to remember, it's interesting because I developed a peculiar relationship amongst people there as well, amongst people on the server as well as some of my friends, because at the same time, you can't exactly have a bias amongst some of your friends because if they're going to break the rules, who's to say that the person next to them that just joined the server can't break the rules too? It was weird because the thing is, like, I remember at one point there would be like little jokes, little kind of insults to other moderators and stuff like that. But of course, let's say it was a moderator's friend that it was a moderator's friend that insulted them. At the same time, of course, that's gonna be expected. There's no harm done because it's a personal joke. But I remember it got to the point where we were told to those, we were instructed to tell our friends not to insult us like that because at the same time, why can't why can't our friends insult us? Why are our friends allowed to insult us, but the new members are not allowed to insult us? So at the time, it was this weird little bias to where we had to make sure we treated our friends equally to new members, which of course, that's a common sense thing to do. But it got to the point to where they were physically unallowed to do the same thing. And they were physically unallowed to do something more personal, like call us like a dumbass or something like that, whereas a new person calling us that would seem like an actual offense. I know that seems a little confusing, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so cut to the future a bit. I remember this one time there was this one member in the Discord veterans channel. I believe it was Officers Lounge, and then eventually converted to Discord veterans. There was this one member. She was a very active member of the Discord veterans channel, and she was a really sensitive person. I'm not gonna say her name. I would say it's some people on DMs, something like that, but I'm not gonna say this on here because that would just be rude. For some reason, she would always get into arguments with one of the moderators in the veterans channel. I'll never understand why, and it got out of hand a lot. It got very much out of hand, and it got so bad to the point where this moderator, someone who was kind of a friend of mine, they started getting panic attacks out of all these arguments just because it was so stressful to them. It became too much for them to even bear or handle. So because of that, we decided to have a little moderator meeting, and we decided, okay, what should we do with this person? Because obviously they've ignored a lot of our warnings, and they're causing one of our other moderators to have a panic attack. Well, one of the lead mods responded to this and basically said, you shouldn't be a moderator if you're not going to be able to handle all this sort of stuff. You should have thicker skin, and you shouldn't be getting panic attacks if you're going to be a Discord moderator. And I lost my shit when I heard that. I didn't have an actual response. I was just silent at the time. But Why the fuck are you gonna question someone's mental health over being a Discord moderator? Like, how are you going to say that? Oh, you're having panic attacks? Okay, then you shouldn't be a Discord moderator because you're getting offended over one person. But at the same time, this one person made it their fucking mission just to be an asshole towards this other moderator, this friend of mine. It was horrible. You know, it was a piece of shit. So the lead moderator, he decided that we should keep her and that you guys should be able to tolerate her when she's acting like this. But if she breaks the rules, then mute her, even though she has been muted before. And here's another thing: there was another moderator in the server, and they were basically a fucking S word. You know what I'm talking about? They were a fucking S word to this member, and no matter what shit they did, no matter how many arguments they got into, that mod would just look to the side and act like nothing even happened. It was blatant ignorance. It was just completely blatant ignorance leading to arguments as well as panic attacks from that one moderator. It was horrible and lazy because at the same time, how are you going to let someone that you're friends with harass the fuck out of dude, you'll figure it out. Um just rather not say the word personally on here. Basically, how the fuck are you going to allow someone to harass the fuck out of someone that you basically quote quote work with, leading to the point to where they're gonna have anxiety attacks and you're just not gonna do anything about it? It's like if I hired, or I guess you could say, it's like I brought my friend into work or something like that, and they're literally going to give my coworker a panic attack just because they want to, you know? And sometimes, why aren't you going to actually take accountability for your actions and have your friend that you are basically egging on to fucking stop? And that's one of the big reasons why I absolutely started to hate the Battlefront modding community, because when somebody's having a mental health issue, they didn't give a shit. They didn't. They basically just said that you shouldn't be a mod if you're going through this. You should just be better. You should have thicker skin. You know, that's not exactly the most human thing you can say. Hang on a second. Let me just look something up. I wrote down all my reasons. I want to make sure I got them all right. So another reason that I have, or at least one of the problems that I had with the Battlefront modding team was that, so for a while, and I believe this is happening right now as well after I left the mod team, so Discord's been getting raided with DM spam bots, and as a deterrent, the lead moderator, he decided to have any account under 10 days old automatically banned from the server. And I tried to explain it to him, saying, I know that the game is dead, but we still do actively get new members to the server who literally create Discord accounts just to ask us questions. So the second they join the server, they're going to get automatically banned. So what are we going to do about that? And he told me, yeah, new people are definitely going to get banned, but there's nothing we can do about it. And I told him, of course there's nothing we can do about it. We can at least make an announcement about it, or at least try and get the warning out to new people who try and join the server. And he told me no. He told me that I shouldn't do that. When at the same time, that's not exactly how you should run a Discord server, because if you care about your server, you're going to care if you have new members joining instead of just automatically banning them the second they create a Discord account and try and join the server. It's bullshit. He wouldn't even let me warn the people, the new members, about the server, because I kept saying, you don't have to warn them at all. I can do it myself. And when I would try, at least when I would get to it, at least I'd try and tell him that we should, he would say no. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Thank you. That's my point. That's exactly my point. That's what I'm trying to say. People are always mad about the Derver comments and everything like that, and yet when you get a legitimate new member to the server with a new account, they're going to get banned. They're not going to get the warning saying, hey guys, you should stay away from the Battlefront server for at least 11 days if you have a new account. Otherwise, you're going to get automatically banned if you join it under. And yet, for some reason, he didn't even want to fucking do that. Even like the thing is, again, he didn't even have to do that himself. I easily could have done it myself. I easily could have taken care of the problem and everything like that. I'll never understand it. Okay, so reason number 3 of why I hated the Battlefront modding team. So when Supreme, M, and I first became mods, or at least when we got the hangs of things, basically all the other new moderators, or at least the majority of them, they completely stopped giving a shit about the server. Or should I say Derver, because apparently that's a joke I can say now. They stopped caring about the server, and it got to the point to where no matter what we did, no matter how inactive we were, because sometimes we have lives ourselves, none of the other mods would actually do anything or start giving a shit. We would basically be on our own, because what we realized is when the new mods got hired, such as me, Supreme, and M, they basically just did it just so we could do all the heavy lifting and all the work. And again, like I said before, it got to the point where I literally had the highest quote-unquote kill count as a moderator, and it got to the point where it was a little ridiculous because the rules say if there's an issue, you should ping the new modder. You should ping the Discord mod role at Discord mod. And yet, the thing is, none of the new members did that. At least no member of the server did that with their right brain, because instead of pinging the Discord mod role, they would just ping me specifically, because they always have in their head saying, okay, Lonan's online, I shouldn't ping the other mods, he'll take care of it. And it even got to the point to where they didn't even care to ping a Discord mods. They would just ping me, regardless if I was offline or online, because I would be the only person to actually respond to a Discord mod ping. Like hell, when I wanted to take a vacation from Discord modding for mental health vacations and actual vacations and stuff like that, I would be gone for a week, or sometimes I would be gone for even 3 days. And do you know what would happen? The server would literally shit itself whenever I left. It was fucking embarrassing. It's pathetic. We have like 13 mods there, and yet when one of them's gone, everyone just shits themselves. I don't get it. Like, people would DM me saying, what the fuck's going on? Where are you? We need your help right now. And I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm on vacation. Talk to the other mods. When they would literally tell me, we have talked to the other mods. They haven't responded at all, so we don't know what the fuck to do. To where I would actually have to boot up Discord and take care of the situation myself while I was on vacation. Like, guys, seriously. Why the fuck are you going to have other mods in your team if they're not going to be there to take care of the situation that needs to be taken care of? Why not just fire all the other mods and just make me the only mod, since apparently I'm the only one who ever gives a shit? Honestly, it was embarrassing and really unprofessional, because at the same time... Yeah, dude, I agree with you. I completely agree with you about those two active moderators today. I'm very happy with those two moderators today. And... hell, on my second vacation, there was even a community suggestion saying we need new moderators because none of the mods are active and we're getting a lot of trolls these days. Again, I was on vacation just for 1 week and we got a fucking community suggestion asking for new mods. And then the lead mod, he said no new mods. But at the same time, like, what, are you going to take care of the server yourself? Are you going to do it all on your own? Are you that much of a fucking neckbeard to where you're able to watch that server 24/7 and stuff like that? I don't get it. I just don't get it. In fact, I know for a fact that he wasn't watching the servers the entire time, because he lives in California at times. So half the time when I'm awake, he'll be asleep, and I'll notice an issue. Of course, I'm not going to say that he has to be there 24/7, because that's just impossible. He should actually utilize his team and make sure that they actually do their job. Like, I don't get why he didn't just do that. I really don't get it. Okay, so number 4. The fourth reason why I have a huge problem with the Battlefront modding team So this was in the Squadron server, Star Wars Squadrons. Great game, by the way. I would love to stream it myself, but I need to clean my PC first just because it's fucking dying on me, and to get a PS5 too, that would be very helpful. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, so there was this one guy in the Squadron server who, for the longest fucking time, he would ping the Discord mod role whenever he would get an argument with someone that he started, and then the argument would either get out of hand, or he would realize that he's starting to lose. It'd basically be at Discord mod role, this guy's a troll, please ban him, or this guy's being rude, please mute him or ban him. One thing is, the guy would literally start up the arguments himself every single time. And I remember it got to the point to where one of the mods themselves made it a joke saying, another day, another useless max ping. His name wasn't actually Max, I'm just going to say that. Another day, another useless max ping. And there was one Discord mod ping that the guy that he pinged saying, this guy should be banned for having like a different opinion or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but I muted the guy because that's a fucking meme ping. You know, you can't just mute, you can't just ask someone to get banned just because they have a different opinion than you. So I muted the guy, and then the guy proceeded to flood my DMs saying that he shouldn't have been muted because he doesn't ever spam the Discord mod role, when I know for a fact that he fucking does, and literally everybody else in the mod team would agree with me when he does that. And I kept trying to tell him, the protocol here is, if you're going to keep spamming my DMs, if you're going to keep harassing me in my DMs, that's equivalent for a full server ban. And when I told him that, he told me that I am a power-hungry Discord mod, and that I need to be unmuted. So I just followed server protocol, and I banned him. I banned him from the server. And then after that, basically, the entire Squadron server basically went bananas. They went apeshit because they wanted that guy back. In fact, it got so bad that basically, hey, spawn screen. It got so bad that that the guy who got banned, Max, he basically he claims he had nothing to do with this. Although I claim that's absolute bullshit, because Billion and one of his friends raided the Star Wars Squadron server, and they absolutely hoarded the shit out of that server, asking for me to get banned from the server, asking me to lose my moderator role, asking for Max to get unbanned. It was basically cyberbullying on a very large scale throughout a Discord server, because 1, they wanted my head, 2, they wanted me banned, 3, they said I was a shit mod, when really I was just following protocol. I'm just following the rules that I've been given. And it got so bad that the lead mod, he decided, okay, fuck it, we're just gonna unban this guy because this is too much for us. So yeah, we unbanned the guy, and then I reached out to the guy saying, what the fuck, because your friends decided the best way to get you back would be to bully you back into this position, and he claimed he had nothing to do with it, and he claimed that he didn't do a damn thing wrong in the beginning, because he says that he only pinged the Discord mods once, when I know for a fact that it was literally a goddamn meme that he would ping the Discord mod roles every week or so for the most useless shit. And because of that, I just became really turned off from the Squadron server, because at the same time, I know for a fact that people hate me, even though I was literally just trying to make the place a little more peaceful, because the guy was literally calling for random people to get banned just for having different opinions. Okay, now we're on to the 5th bits. Okay, this is the 5th bit of why I quit the Battlefront modding team for the Star Wars Battlefront server. So a friend of mine, he DM'd me saying that this guy sent me an ad to his server invite, so we don't have any way to actually manage someone out in a DM, but we know for a fact that they have a mutual server, so the best thing we could do is cut the ties between those two by removing that said person from the server by banning them. So I banned that person from the server, and then they directly messaged me They directly messaged. Actually, no. Here's a little funny fact. Okay, I'm gonna cut back a bit. So during Battlefront 2's prime time, there was this one clan or milsim that joined my server. They were called the 66 Legion, which is contrary to my 66 Battalion. Basically, what they wanted to do was they wanted to they wanted to take my viewers for themselves. That way, they could increase their own numbers. Obviously, I didn't want any of that because my server is just a chill, casual server. It's not some sort of military simulation for Battlefront 2. So we broke off, and I would check on them every now and then. And whenever a developer would tweet out something, you would see the 66 Legion reply to them in a full fucking wave, asking them for specific content, Dooku fixes, clan wars. They wanted fucking clan wars. Like, seriously, they wanted clan wars added to Battlefront 2. It's the most stupid as shit. And they would pretend to be thankful for the content given to them. They would say, thank you for this content, but this isn't any of what we asked for. We asked for this and this and this and this. And around the time Anakin was getting nerfed, okay, I say nerfed, more like nerfed on his 4th or 5th time, I think. During his 4th or 5th nerf, got itchy nose. During his 4th or 5th nerf, Fin Fett, this guy's awesome. He's a former Battlefront 2 digital photographer. He would take a billion amazing, beautiful photos of it, and he recreated the scene where Yoda saw Anakin killing Dooku. And then the 66th Legion posted that art saying, this is really good art, but this guy is responsible for getting Anakin nerfed. He said that because Fin Fett was a close friend to, or I don't want to say close friend, I want to say mutual social media friend in a way, to where he would say something to the developers and they would listen to him, which also led to them saying Anakin's really OP, he needs to be nerfed. And well, the thing is, like, that's just him saying that. That's just a regular person's suggestion. Of course, Anakin did get nerfed, but the 66 Legion basically said, this guy's responsible for ruining and bastardizing Anakin in Battlefront 2, the best hero there. It's this guy's fault. We should all blame him. The guy was literally promoting witch hunts. And, that's just, I don't want to be affiliated with anyone like that. So I reached out to Fin Fett and he understood, so he knows that the 66th Battalion and the 66th Legion are two different organizations. I say organizations, but you know what I mean. Two different communities. That's a better word for it. Okay, so to fill in the context, I became friends with this guy who met my stream, or who hopped onto my stream. And eventually we became good friends, started playing every now and then. And he had a little clan of his own. And at one point, the 66th Legion threatened this guy who became my friend. The 66th Legion threatened this guy who became my friend. So my friend, he got 20 people together for a GA match, and he beat the absolute shit out of them. He beat the absolute shit out of them on GA Hoth multiple times, to the point where the 66th Legion was literally dog shit compared to them. It was insane for me, at least insane, because they got absolutely stomped the fuck out. So, for context, a friend reached out to me saying that, it's fucking on my nose. Why is my nose always so itchy whenever I'm trying to record something? Like, seriously. So, a friend reached out to me saying that they got DM'd ads, and it was someone with the Battlefront server, so I banned that account. Funny thing is, what I didn't realize is that account that I banned from the Battlefront server was my friend. My friend with a large group of people who actively challenged other people with GA matches. And then when he found out I banned him, he basically told me that I'm going to stream snap the fuck out of you. I'm going to stream snap the fuck out of you, so you're going to have a bad time playing Battlefront 2. And then, when I told the moderator team about this, none of them gave a damn. honestly, because I told them basically, I sent his message basically saying, I'm gonna stream snipe your mods as well as your other mods, and I'm gonna get that server shut down, as in the Battlefront server. Obviously, that didn't happen, but it was really disheartening for me because they know for a fact that I'm really the only Twitch streamer there, and I stream Battlefront too, and yet I'm not gonna be able to stream that game anymore because I'm gonna get stream snapped and I'm gonna be unable to play the game. And not one person in the moderator team gave a flying fuck about the fact that me, Lonan, is going to lose the ability to stream his favorite game of all time, the main game to his channel, too. Not one of them gave a damn about it. Not one of them cared to do anything about it at all. I'm going to lose access to my favorite game of all time online or on Twitch, and they didn't care. They didn't care once. It's just... Like, it honestly broke my heart, because at the same time, this is literally my favorite game of all time, and I'm not going to be able to play it on Twitch, and they don't give a shit. They didn't care that I'm not able to do it. Like, seriously. Duder, it's a lot easier to bypass a ban, because in some ways, when you ban someone, you're able to ban them from chat, not actually from the stream. And plus, it's really easy to make a new account and to just re-enter the stream. Plus, the thing is, this guy, he has a billion different members in his server. So the thing is, I would have to be banning like 70 different accounts when it's impossible to tell who those accounts are because they would always be lurking in my chat. Like, at the same time, I can't just ban 70 people that I automatically would know are stream snipers. You know, it's impossible to tell. And yeah, the moderator team didn't give two shits. Okay, this is the 6th version. This is the 6th bit of why I quit the Battlefront modding team. So again, this has to do with the Squadron server. So I became affiliated with the New Republic server. Good people, absolutely lovely people. And around the time the community for Squadrons was begging for private matches, around that time, we started to set up tournaments for the game. These little private match tournaments to where, you know, it's the same as Battlefront 2. Two people queue up at the same time, and then when you load into that match, you two fight each other, and then the winner moves on to the tournament. And there was this one guy, I'm going to say this guy's name because I don't give a fuck about him, Green Fox Leader. He absolutely loved the Squadrons community and loved Squadrons game, and he believed that he could save the Squadrons game. So he would absolutely spam the fuck out of the Squadrons mods, asking for the leader of the New Republic server to become a tournament runner, to gain the tournament announcer role, basically. And they didn't want to do it at first because he just spammed it to do it. And it got to the point where he would literally ping the Discord mod role, saying, guys, please add this guy to the tournament runner follower role. And I kept trying to tell him that I would absolutely love it if the New Republic became a tournament runner for the Star Wars Squadron server because they're a great group of people. I absolutely love them. But this isn't how you're supposed to do it. You shouldn't just ping the mods. You shouldn't just ping the mods and tell them to just do it. Because at the same time, that's rude. You know, it's nosy. It's disrespectful. And then apparently behind my back, Green Fox Leader called me a traitor and an idiot, and I cannot be trusted with the safety or with the well-being of the Star Wars Squadrons community. And yeah, that pretty much hurt a lot. So I told the mods about it, and then basically the lead mod, he basically said that we shouldn't look at the New Republic badly because Green Fox Leader is special. Basically, his way of special was basically saying mentally challenged, in a way, you know, that sort of thing. He said the guy was mentally challenged. It was annoying, and that he should just stop trying to ask people to get the tournament runner role. Of course, he did get the tournament runner role because I vouched for the New Republic myself. But I I took a break from the Squadron server just because it was a really stressful thing for me. Just because of everything that happened with the whole cyberbullying thing, the fact that most people there hate me just because I literally just tried to follow the rules, and the fact that I can't even talk there without somebody looking at me saying, hey, this is your fault. What the fuck did you do? I agree, Dieter. Children should not be have access to the internet. But funny thing, though, about Green Fox Leader, I'm sure Green Fox Leader is going to say that it was him, that he did this. But of course, Star Wars Squadrons did get private matches. So, good for them. But here's the crazy thing, okay? So I took a break from the Squadron server, and when I decided to open the server back up, they made Green Fox Leader a fucking moderator on the server. They took a guy who insulted me, called me a traitor and an idiot to the Squadrons community. They made him a fucking moderator. You're really gonna have a guy that's gonna talk shit about me, tell you that you can't trust me even though I'm a moderator on your team, and you're gonna make that guy a fucking mod. Exactly, dude, exactly. I don't, it's unheard of, The guy literally called me a fucking idiot, and that I need to shut the fuck up, and that I can't be trusted with the well-being of the Squadrons community, and yet they made him a moderator. I don't get it. I seriously do not get it. Why would you do that? That's seriously basically saying, oh, one of our moderators got called an idiot. Let's get the bully over here, the guy that we called mentally challenged, who's also a bully. Let's make him a moderator. Surely that will be great for the server and great for the community. Fuck, man. What's wrong with you? And yeah, that basically was my final straw with the Battlefront server and everything like that. And I decided to put in my resignation with the moderation team. And funny thing, when I announced my letter of moderation to the server, M backed me up. He's a great guy. He's an awesome guy. He's an absolutely amazing mod. So is Supreme. I don't believe Supreme backed me up at the moment, but Supreme did understand why I did everything. So, good for him. He's a nice guy. But here again, they have 12 mods in that server, and yet not one of them... Oh, hang on a second. Not one of them responded. Hang on a second. Sorry about this. And not one of them responded to my message for 45 fucking minutes just to remove me from the mod role. They have so many mods there, and not one of them actually cared to actually respond to my message, except for the guys that actually give a shit. I don't get it. And so this was right before Pride Month, the day before, or something like that, or 2 days before. And I just figured, fuck it. Why not turn the general discussion chat into a My Little Pony spam channel just to prove the point that I'm quitting the mod team because nobody else ever gives a shit about me or the server. And again, it took 45 minutes for another moderator to actually respond to the place. When, if you have common sense, for a fact that that's a long ass fucking time just to let the place get filled with spam and fucking My Little Pony pictures all over the place. It took him 45 minutes just to respond. And the second Scorch found out about it, he removed my role. He left my personal server. And here's the funny thing. Here's the fucking petty, passive-aggressive bullshit that he did, okay? He specifically went into the emojis for the server, and he just deleted the Darth Lonan emoji just because I'm not a moderator for them anymore. And he was pissed off the fact that I left the team, that he did that shit. And honestly, I'm not even mad at this point. I just find it hilarious because of the fact that how passive aggressive he is and how petty that was. Yeah, exactly. That is petty as fuck, Kozix. Also, hi, Kozix. Forgot to say hi to you. Yeah, it's petty as fuck. The fact that he actually did that. It's embarrassing, too. So, when it became Pride Month, Scorch changed the server icon to the LGBTQIA+ community icon for the Star Wars Battlefront server. And it was absolutely filled and flooded with homophobes. And Scorch basically muted 99% of the people there. Jake muted one person there, and Bruno showed up. Where's the thing, dude? Yes, it was pure chaos, but it was pure chaos because only one mod actually gave a shit and actually decided to do something, and that was Scorch. He banned at least 35 to 50 accounts that day. Jake muted one, and Bruno threatened one, and then he just went AFK. None of them give a shit about the server, really, and things like, of course, Jake and Mem do, but at the same time, they shouldn't be the only people in charge of it, as well as M and Supreme, because, again, that's literally half the team. Where the fuck is the other half? You know, it's like they don't give a shit anymore. It's like they all just decided to just ask for a role, like it's goddamn cosmetic, and then they just left. And when Scorch was all on his own, literally the entire server was aware of it, which was my exact point, which is what I wanted to happen. So people put in a community suggestion saying, Scorch, you can't keep doing this all on your own for the entire month. You need to hire other mods. And then he says, I'm not doing this on my own. Don't be a fucking idiot. Of course you are. Like, of course, like, if someone's gonna lift up a fucking pebble while you're pushing a boulder, clearly there's a big fucking difference between help as well as a tiny little carry. And at the same time, like, to this day, he still doesn't believe that they need new mods. Of course, the Battlefront is dying, so at this point, maybe they don't need more mods, but at the same time, they didn't really give a shit about what they were doing there. They stopped caring about literally everyone there, including me, even one of their own mods. That's what I've been trying to tell Scorch the entire time. That they need to actually rework their mod system. Yes, they have 30,000 members, although at this point, I'd say it's more like 5,000 or 500, I guess you could say, because it's not that active anymore because Battlefront 2 is dead. That's some time. I kept trying to explain to him, we are having problems here. Nobody's doing anything about it, and he didn't give a shit about what I had to say just because a couple of those mods were his friends and the fact that they've been around longer than I have. Yeah, 2 to 3 mods are usually somewhat active, but for the longest time, it was literally just me half the time. Me and one guy during like Japanese time, which is Supreme. Thank God Supreme's in Japanese time because, you know, I can't stay up 24/7 fucking being a Discord mod. So, those are the 6 reasons why I basically quit the Battlefront servers, because the team didn't give a shit about me. They didn't give a shit about the fact that I can't stream Battlefront 2. They didn't give a shit about the fact that one of their own was having a fucking panic attack, and the lead mod had told them that they shouldn't be mod just because of mental health issues. And the fact that they would make someone mod who called another moderator a traitor and a coward. As you could see, in my opinion, these are some pretty decent reasons for why I left the Battlefront modding team, because they didn't give a shit about me. They really didn't give a shit about anyone here. Like, to this day, it literally looks like the Battlefront server is literally just a way for the server partners, or Star Wars Battlefront and Squadrons, just a way for the partners to get merchandise as well as free nitro. It's just, I don't get it, you know? This day, I don't get it. And again, I'm not going to say that I'm hot shit or something, but I was their most active moderator, so you would think that they would try and show me some respect. But clearly, they didn't even care to do that. They just didn't. So, I left the Battlefront modding team, and I gotta say, honestly, I am so glad that I did. Things have been much more chill lately, things have been a lot more relaxed, and I don't have to constantly look over my shoulder to see if they're talking about their favorite cheeses in the Battlefront discussion channel. That's nice. Although, I'll be honest though, it was entertaining seeing Scorch all on his own. It was entertaining seeing Scorch all on his own trying to mute and ban all those homophobes, because you know for a fact that he's gonna refuse the acknowledgement that he needs new moderators, so he's just gonna do it all himself while he's claiming that he has a whole team to back him up, and clearly that is fucking bullshit. Yes, Bear. The only thing I have to do now is quit Siege, and I will ascend to feeling happiness. God, I wish I was happy. But yeah. But yeah, that concludes this chapter. That concludes this episode and everything like that. And I'm gonna find someone to host right now. Let me see who is live. Who is live right now? Reminds me of your dad. God help you then. This guy. God help you, you poor innocent soul, if you believe that Scorch is your fucking dad. Because holy shit, that's gotta be a sad fucking life. No offense. Yay, we're gonna host a good old spite. You know, fuck it. We got a decent number here. Let's give her a raid. Underscore spied. Yeah, guys, if you drop in her chat, tell her, hey, I'm from Lona's channel. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna give you a follow because you seem like a decent person, and yeah, you know, just stop by their channel because again, they're a really nice friend of mine. I co-mod with them in Mooful's channel. Mooful is an absolutely beautiful bastard. He's an amazing, nice guy, and I will see you all in the next stream. You recently say a boring chat on WhatsApp. Won't be surprised. My dad was Scorch. That's fair. Yeah, guys, I will see you all in the next stream, and I will be live later tonight with fucking something. See ya, guys. You take care. Peace.